Alright, fellas, so the Summer Nights and Wishing Stars event has returned. Pretty cool event, honestly. I really like the story in this one. It was, a nice and interesting one, right? Centered on Unova characters. But I digress. Not really the point of the video. The point of the video here is to do this Battle Challenge Round 2, which I'm not going to say it's hard. It's definitely not. You could definitely clear this with quite a few sync pairs. You don't really need anybody super specific. You can definitely make a lot of different teams and get some pretty simple clears. But it can be a little bit tricky, I guess, for some newer inexperienced players, right? But if you look at the missions here, we've got two sets here. We've got use one dark and fighting character, and then we have one or three Unova characters, right? So in order to do it completely semi free to play, I guess you do have to do two teams, because I'm pretty sure the only character that Unova has outside of Summer Inn that is dark is Fall Caitlyn. I have to fact check that one there. I could be wrong there. Okay, Grimsley. Yeah, Grimsley, he's the big one. Grimsley's actually one that you could also use. And for fighting, there is Marshall, and that's all I remember. I guess maybe just Marshall. Maybe there's a character that I don't have that you could use, but still, there's that. So maybe if you want to try using Marshall and Grimsley, you could probably make that work if you were to try to. Yeah, if you want to go do one team, try that, figure it out. And then, of course, you have to have that third Unova character, which would have to be a support generally. So just depends on who you have, depends on your grids and whatnot. But if you have someone like Ingo, obviously the battle may be a little bit easier, right? So yeah, but I digress. I have two free-to-play or semi-free-to-play teams to use here. The first one for Dark and Fighting has Sydney. I do recommend having him 3 out of 5. There's the grid there. If you don't have Sydney, Karen probably works. BP Karen may be able to work as well, but I really urge against not using her, because that unit's just not that great. Grimsley with his grid expansion, of course, is also a pretty solid option. And of course, you have the Master Royale. He's a good one as well. And then, of course, Champion Marnie, Special Costume Zinnia. Really strong dark characters there, but of course, they're not free, so or semi-free even. But yeah, I've also got Brawly here. Brawly's good for defense debuffs with his Brick Break here, not Brick Break, Rock Smash here, and he's got Honor Roll 1 in the grid here for guaranteed defense debuffs. He's also got potion stuff with Master Healer and NPR. I've also given him Insult to Injury, because why not, I guess. I just kind of gridded him for fun. The big thing is that the potion stuff, right? Potion stuff and debuffs for the defense are the biggest part of this team. With Brawly here, but of course Sydney's also got potion options, but hey, you don't want to really divert your damage from Sydney in order to actually have to use potions. And then Sycamore here, he's just kind of a sub-in tank. You don't really need anybody super specific. You could use Skyla. It's the only option. That's the only option I can think of. But someone that's pretty bulky on the physical side, even special side would work too. But yeah, here's Sycamore. He's actually weak to Steven's moves because he uses Metagross, but he ends up working just fine here, so it's not a big problem. And then the Unova team is Skyla, Rosa, and Getsus. This is a very basic Unova team. I don't really care to divert from it if I don't have to. Why change what's broken, right? Not really much change. So the big thing is that you want to buff defense and speed with Skyla, potion up anytime you need to with her, maybe get a lucky flinch with Gust on her staggering grid, because I do have her gridded for staggering. Getsus, of course, has the nuking grid. This is with his EX and power boost. So I do have stuff like Sharp Entry right here, and the, power, like a special attack plus 20 nodes and that stuff, right? And of course, the EX is the biggest one. And then Rosa here. If you have Rosa EX, which you should, she's free. I don't really need to show a grid, but why not? With Rosa's EX, you can probably sync with her first for a support EX, and then sync with Getsus afterwards in order to actually, do a lot more damage on your second sync move, right? So maybe try that if you don't have Getsus EX. Otherwise, just kind of follow along here. I don't have Sydney EX, but I'm going to be syncing with him both times just for the damage, right? Because Mega Absol gets the, strength bonus, so I figure may as well, right? Not really a big downside in doing so. You could probably have gone for Rock Smash there, but oops. I didn't think about it. I'm just going to continue to spam Brutal Swing, just for the fact that, it does AoE damage, and you can't really damage the sides super well other than that, so I just continue to do this. I think it's just the best scenario here. Actually, it probably would be smarter for me to sync with Sycamore in this situation because I do need the speed buffs. So I'll actually do that. I'm going to sync with Sycamore. If you don't get the quad Q or, you know, you fail just to queue it up at all, you should be good anyway. It doesn't matter. Sycamore should survive just fine. See, I'm not going to get the quad Q in because of the move gate acceleration running out, right? And the team shout activating, so that's fine. Doesn't really make much of a difference. But we'll just continue to use some Horn Leeches here in order to heal up Sycamore. If we need to, we can use Brawly to debuff defenses, and we'll be, you know, just fine, right? So we should be fine here just to do whatever we want. Just keep spamming Brutal Swing to damage the sides as much as possible. Maybe start using Moon Blast here on the sides in order to actually whittle them down a little bit. I'm just trying to debuff Steven's defense as much as possible with Rock Smash, and then I'll hit him really hard with Sidney's Nuke. So that's currently just the plan I'm trying to go for. And as you can see, it's kind of working out quite well so far anyway. And one last Rock Smash there. -4 defenses. Should be pretty good, right? Should be pretty good. Screens don't matter, of course, because crits just go through them anyway, so should be fine. I'll go ahead and go for a Dazzling Gleam here. I'll save up my potions here. Let's see. Do I have to use a potion? I probably don't. Maybe on Sycamore. I'll go ahead and use one on Sidney, just to be safe. Because you can, again, have one character, you know, faint, not get knocked out, die, whatever you want to call it, in order for you to still be able to beat these missions. But, you know, any more than that, and you're not going to be eligible to beat the mission because that's just how they designed it, right? This one last Brutal Swing after this one, yeah. One last Brutal Swing here should finish him off. And there we go. That's the, you know, dark and fighting side of the mission's completely done. Those Brave Birds do hit hard, so be wary of that. And there we go. And the Marowak has Rock Slide for AoE moves, so if that thing is, you know, still around by the time you get to the end of this battle here, then be sure to be wary of its Rock Slides. So, yeah. But I digress. There we go. That was the Dark and Fighting mission, just pretty easily defeated. Now let's go on to the Unova one over here. That's the Extreme Battle. I do not want to do that. Not that I could. Okay. So again, as I said, the Unova battle is very, very simple. Rose is there to buff special attack. Skyla is there to buff speed, defenses, and heal. Guesses buffs his own crit with his Trina move, and then he just spams Noble Roar until their offensive stats are down to -6, and then he uses Glaciate until he can sink again, and yeah, that'll be the end of the battle, so that'd be good. The Sharp Injury here, I'm not going to say it's required, but I definitely recommend, obviously, picking it up, because having max crit makes it so you don't have to use RNG in order to actually crit on your sync moves or crit on your normal moves or anything like that. But you do already have to have that luck to land a crit on your sync move anyway, but still. I've actually failed to sync with, failed to queue up a move, well, I failed to queue up a move right here, but I actually failed to crit on Ghetsis' sync last time, so that was fun. And I don't have the quad Q this time. I actually had the quad Q last time, which enabled me to, you know, survive a lot better, but now I didn't this time, so I'll have to experience a sync move, but of course I should be fine anyway. Actually, no. Yeah, I remember now. I actually did have to have Ghetsis get synced in because he's weak to steel. I figured that out. I figured it out that way, but we should be fine nonetheless. They don't really hit that hard to where it's going to be that big of a problem. Sorry about the cut there, but now I've lost my train of thought. And somehow I managed to actually get my sync move up before Steven did. Wow. I don't know how that happened. I actually literally do not know how that happened. Yeah, there we go. It hit for a good amount of damage, but it didn't hit for enough, right? Pretty sure that's what happened to me last time. Sync move hurt a little bit here, but Skyla can heal just fine, and Ghetsis actually doesn't take too much damage here. Yeah, should be able to take out the middle before the sides even go down, or around the same time that the sides go down, so we should be fine. Skyla's going to go down to that. She lived? Was that a crit? Skyla actually went down to that Giga Impact the last time I did this battle, so I'm surprised she actually survived this long. Oh well, hey, I ain't gonna complain. And there we go. I can go ahead and nuke if I want to, but I'll just do that. They went down to an energy ball. There we go. Glaciate should take them out. Good night. And that's all 3 Unova characters done in the mission. Yeah. That's not what I wanted to say, but yeah. The 3 Unova characters mission. How about that? That makes it simpler. But yeah, both missions are done. Very, very easy, very, very simple. We were also able to get the medals here. I personally got these 4-star power-ups because I've already, you know, defeated the event last time it came around. But yeah, that was pretty easy, pretty simple, pretty fun, right? Being able to use Ghetsis and Sidney. I like using Sidney quite a bit. And he does really, really well against this battle here. Of course, again, you can use Karen, Mask Royale. You can probably make use of BP Karen, assuming you bring enough healers, and you can still make use of the fighting character being required as well. And, you know, all that stuff, right? And of course, Neo Champion Marty, Special Costume Zinnia, Cygnus Osiris. All of these characters also count towards this mission. You can have Neo Champion Calum as a support as well, you know, and still fulfill the Dark type role. Just a lot of characters that can easily defeat this mission should you, you know, have few options, right? So that's good. And Unova, of course, I just did a completely free-to-play team for that battle. If you don't have Ghetsis' EX or Power Boost, don't worry too much about it. You should still be able to win. It may take a little bit more effort, but you should still be able to, you know, pull through. Maybe swap out Rosa for somebody a little bit better as a support, like Signitude Lisa is a very, very good one for sure, because she's able to give Ghetsis that last bit of crit he needs, as well as a special attack buff, and she can do Sync Move Countdown. So if you have her, even just one copy, that'll work just fine. But yeah, I digress. I'm going to end the video there, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you think about the Battle Challenge Round 2 for the Summer Nights and Wishing Stars event. Yeah, I forget the names pretty quickly, but yeah. I'll see you all later.